What's up guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another reading vlog. Today's video is a little bit different because I'm actually going to be buddy reading The Woman by Kristen Hanna, and I'm going to be buddy reading this book with my friend Allison, or Allison Teresa on YouTube. I'll have her YouTube linked down in the description below for you guys to check her out. You should definitely subscribe. She does a bunch of lifestyle vlogs and book reading. So without further ado, let's introduce my friend Allison.
Hey guys, my name is Allison, also known as Allison Teresa here on YouTube. I'm so excited to read The Woman by Kristen Hanna with Natasha. We always talk about books and finally we're able to do a video together. I think I'm going to rate this book a 3.5 to 4 stars just because I've never read historical fiction and I've never read this genre, so I don't know what to expect. So me and Natasha are going to be texting each other throughout the book and updating each other on what we think, and at the end we're going to come back and rate the book and also give you our thoughts and see if we have similar thoughts and everything.
This book is 464 pages long. I think that I'm going to be rating this book 4 stars. That is my predetermined estimation on what I think I'll be rating this book by the end of this video. At the end of this vlog, Allison's gonna come back and she's gonna share with you guys her thoughts on her rating and see how it differs from what we thought we would rate it. So without further ado, let's get buddy reading The Woman by Kristen Hanna. So I officially started The Woman by Kristen Hanna. I'm only on page 13, like I literally just started. And let me just read to you 2 sentences that already got me. Will you stay until I fall asleep, ma'am? I have these nightmares, ... Sure, soldier, I won't go anywhere. Wow. Wow. It's only been 3 chapters and the amount of emotions I already felt, like genuine, real emotions in here. I was mad, and then I was shocked, and then I was so sad, and I was encouraged and inspired, and then it all came crashing down. And I'm only on page 23. Yo, Kristen Hanna. Kristen Hanna is a great author. What's up guys, it is the next day and I was just texting with Allison. Both of us have surpassed the chapter 5 mark. So I just asked her what she thinks and she said that it's super fast paced. There's so much stuff going on that it makes it so easy to read and makes me want to continue, which I couldn't agree more. I'm literally enjoying this book so much. Every chapter is jam-packed with a story within itself. Every chapter, like, it's just so emotional and it's so moving. I'm into chapter 6 right now on page 44. So let's keep reading together. Guys, it is the next day and I wanted to give you another update on The Woman by Kristen Hanna. It is getting serious. I took the dust jacket off and I read like 60-70 pages last night. I'm into the 150 page mark of the book, and guys, you saw my reaction yesterday. Chapter 6 wrecked me. If you follow me on Goodreads, you're like seeing the play-by-play action of what I'm thinking per chapter. I just got up to chapter 13 and the plot twist has twisted. The subplot of romance has been romancing. Guys, this book has been crazy. Last night I finished on chapter 10 and that was a crazy chapter to end. Like, I can't tell you, but Kristen Hanna knows what she's doing. I've been texting Allison. She also is loving this book. Like, this book is so good, guys. If you've never read Kristen Hanna, read The Woman. I also didn't even think I told you what this book is even about. This is a historical fiction taken from true stories of real women who have served as nurses in the Vietnam War. So it's considered historical fiction because the names are fictionalized, but the stories are very much based on true stories. So it is a heavy hitter. It is definitely gruesome. It's sad, it's heartbreaking, it's romantic. It's romantic, but heavy on the heartbreak, and it's very good. It flows very, very well, and it's very, very interesting. So I'm loving this book so far. I'm on exactly page 152 on chapter 13, and I just texted Allison to see where she's at in the book. So when she responds, I will let you guys know, and we'll discuss a little bit more. But yeah, I'm loving it. Guys, it's the next day. Allison got back to me and she is farther than me. She's like well into the 200s right now. I just reached page 200 and we both agree the romance is romancing. Is it like a high stakes romance that you don't know how it's gonna end because they're in war? Yeah, it is still devastating, but personally, since I'm almost halfway through the book, I feel sometimes I'm like, what else is she gonna write? And I feel like I'm gonna eat my words and be like, wow, that's what else she wrote at the end, because there's literally 300 pages left, but I just don't know what else is going on, because we went through the war, we went through the nursing, we went through the mass casualties, we went through the romance, we went through the death, we went through, you know, the saving lives, the family members and all this stuff, and it's just like, you know, what am I gonna encounter in the next 300 pages? Like, I'm still really enjoying it, I'm eating it up, it is going by quickly, but at the same time, if the book ended now, I'd be like, yeah, okay, but knowing Kristen Hanna, I'm sure there's gonna be like an absolutely devastating ending. I don't want to say it's hitting a wall because it's not, but it's pretty much like, you know, what else is she gonna say? Just assume these are daily updates because it is the next day. It looks almost to exactly the halfway mark, if not the halfway mark. I made it to page 236. The part that I'm reading right now somehow is like even more frustrating. I don't want to say even more frustrating, but it's so frustrating because our main character went to the Vietnam War. Like, she is an active nurse in the Vietnam War, and she comes home after her second tour and people are treating her with so much disrespect. Like, the protesters of the Vietnam War have been treating her with so much disrespect when she has literally been saving lives, and the protesters have just been cursing at people, spitting on people, and disrespecting human beings that have sacrificed their life. It just made me so frustrated because that's real life. Like, that still happens. I find that wrong, 100% wrong, for someone to just disrespect someone like that and spit in someone's face, because this was taken from real people's stories. And imagine like being a nurse, sacrificing your life for people you don't know because you need to do something. You need to do something tangible. Let me reiterate that. Literally saving people's lives and then coming back from saving people's lives and being spit on and disrespected and cursed at. But they have this image of you that isn't even true. I felt so upset and so frustrated for this main character because it's real. Like, people literally go through that. That was really like frustrating to read, and like I'm still in that thick of the book where she's being disrespected and her parents aren't even acknowledging the fact that she went to war and saved lives just because she's a woman. It's been frustrating to read that. So if you watch this video and take away anything, be respectful. Be respectful to people that you agree with, and be respectful to people you disagree with. Especially be respectful to people you disagree with, because it is intolerable to disrespect someone just because of a difference of opinion. I'm gonna keep reading now. out in a separate clip, I was like, it seems to have hit a little bit of a wall in terms of the flow and the pacing of the story. It got its second wind. It is picking up. I am really flying through this book. It's like a second part to her life story regarding how she's coping after the war, and it's flying by. It's very, very interesting, very good to read. It's tough, but you know, it's very informative. So I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, it's caught its second wind. It's really, the pacing is picked up and I don't want to stop reading. So let's hopefully get to page 315 today. Alright guys, it is the final stretch. I am almost done with the book. Allison just texted me that she finished, so let's finish The Women. I'm on the last 20 pages. I literally have 10 pages left, and Allison said that she sobbed. I don't want to sob. I don't want to sob. I finished. Alright guys, I have sat on my emotions, I have sat on my thoughts, I have let the review simmer. I am finally ready to talk about The Women by Kristen Hanna. This book was so emotional. Would I call it an emotional roller coaster? It was like, okay, we're going like this straight, and then there's an immediate drop, and then it kind of levels out, and then it keeps going down, and then levels out, and then keeps going down. There's no upward incline. At the end, maybe like a foot off the ground. But this book was heartbreaking. This book was sad. This book was difficult to read. This book was gruesome. This book was aggravating because it is based on a true story that happened to real women, that happened to real people in America. So it was definitely tough and frustrating and emotional, and you really feel for these women, because I really think that Kristen Hanna did a really great job on this book and how she represented everyone who was forced to forget. If you know, you know. So if I haven't already mentioned it, this book is about the Vietnam War, specifically focusing on the women that served as nurses in the Vietnam War. And nobody knew they were there. People kept saying there's no women in Vietnam, but there were. And this is their story of how they were silenced, of how they were forgotten, of how they were not helped. It was a lot. This book is not an easy read. It was very heavy, it was very dense, and it hurt. It hurt for sure. There is a subplot of romance in this book. There is really, really deeply ingrained friendship in this book. There is a very strong friendship, which really just is what made this book, I think. Women supporting women. This book was phenomenal. Kristen Hanna's writing is exceptional. Honestly, I don't think rating it would be appropriate because this is real. I could talk about her writing. I could talk about, you know, the things that she included that may have been her taking liberties. But all in all, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to rate a book like this because it's based on real people, real stories, real events. So that being said, it's going to be no rate, but if you can handle difficult and hard things, this book is for you. It's very good. It's a very great story and brings amazing awareness. That's what I thought about The Woman. Let's see what Allison thought.
It's Allison again, back with my review and rating of the book. If you guys saw my video, I was in literal tears, guys. Literal tears at the end of the book. It was definitely a whirlwind of emotions, and there was a lot of twists and turns throughout the book. The main character, Frankie, had her fair share of love and loss throughout the whole entire book. It was just literally crazy. She was really going through it. I loved how Kristen was very detailed in her writing, so we were able to like imagine ourselves there. I felt like this book was very eye-opening to read because not only did the men go through something at war, but the women did as well. They helped out. They saw the gruesome scenes. They saw everything. I predicted some things throughout the book, but then other times I didn't. The book did drag on a little bit, in my opinion, but at the end of the day, I feel like I did like that it was very detailed and it was a longer book, because sometimes when books are shorter, I'm like, what happened? I don't want to be left on a cliffhanger. All in all, I really enjoyed reading the book and reading it with Natasha, because me and her, we were just like, oh my goodness, what is gonna happen? Like, this chapter is crazy, this page is crazy. So yeah, but I give this book a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Comment down below if you guys have read The Women or if you're going to. Let me know what you're currently reading and what's on your March TBR, and I will see you guys next week for another video. God bless you guys and peace.